whenever people would ask, you know, what's your goal, what's your 5-year plan, me and Cole would look at each other and just be like, I don't know, mate. Just like, hopefully it's like this, but just bigger. Because like, I love this. If this doesn't change, I'll be happy as fuck.
And the pace that they're going at is like quite weird because it's like 7-8 minute Ks. It's dead slow. So it's like, you know, it's such time on the
Hi, I'm Jonny Wilson, CEO of Cole Buxton, the London-based menswear brand. Is that right? We always look to kind of make up this fictional place and conceptualise the environment it sits in before we design the clothes for it. So it's always a fun kind of collection for us to put together. I think it's our 3rd year doing it now. Kind of making it as realistic as possible. Like, what would, you know, me and Cole do if we went on holiday?
It's about this guy that's come to this like resort in this fictional place that we've made up, and then just thinking about what would you do while you're here. You know, you've got a dinner scene, fishing by the pool, arriving, hotel lobby, Ferrari. Yeah, just trying to create this fictional, perfect holiday.
It was just a way to kind of design 3 mini collections within a collection, and then the challenge was to make it all work, make it make sense. Yesterday, you know, the Cole Buxton Resort is a place that we're trying to kind of give a feeling that it's, you know, not fictional, it's real.
We'll get a few more shots in this outfit and then I'll change it up.
And with that, those kind of details are very much the crucial parts of that. For instance, one of the t-shirts has the address of the resort on the back, and that's all great, but unless there's kind of certain kind of bits of collateral that complete that kind of picture and landscape, it's just not quite as authentic. It kind of just makes everyone believe in it here. The byproduct of that is the consumer believes in it. And it just gives us an opportunity to have a bit of fun with it. Oh my God. I never kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do in my life until I kind of picked up a camera. So then I did that and then moved to London, and then I remember Cole wanted me to shoot for him. I hadn't met him yet, so I went and met him for a coffee, and then, yeah, we sat for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours, and it was the first friend I'd met in London, basically. I've been in London like a year. I met loads of people, but I was like, fuck me, this guy's like, kind of like me. No, but I can't drive with these on. Oh, you're gonna drive off? I'm gonna drive off, yeah, you know what I mean? You need that clip where it drives off.
I basically graduated and moved back home. And then I was working with my dad, just on the tools, just like fitting kitchens, doing roofs, like anything, and then doing CB in the evening. And then I was like, I need to move to London.
Went to LA for a photo shoot for a guy who was one of my friends who was launching a brand. And then I remember on the flight back, I was like, I think I want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy with the camera in his hand. I think I can be that guy. So I just wrote up a little plan, like a business plan or whatever, and then I text calls out, come and meet for a coffee. It's fucking stressful to drive that, like. Looks pretty good. Yeah, he is. Because in my head, I thought what Cole had, there was good bones there to build off, and he couldn't see it at the time, I don't think. He was just kind of overwhelmed by it not working. And then I just said, look, mate, like, I think I can turn this around and make it work. Just give us a chance.
And I was like, yeah, all right, wicked. No one teaches you about business or anything when you're in uni. So I thought I needed to have more products rather than just one. I felt like one wasn't enough. One was enough, and one was the right way to go. And Jonny was just like, look, we're going to base the brand around the hoodie. We're going to tell the story around this hoodie. That's how we got started.
He had like 36 items or something on the website. My first move was to remove everything from the website. So I said, we're getting rid of everything. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, it's just, there's no identity here right now. Like, you know, let's build up a suspense and blah, blah, blah. This website was off, started posting on Instagram. This was dropping at this time and da-da-da. Started, shot the hoodies, did the drop, and he sold more that drop in like an hour than he'd ever sold combined ever. And I remember him ringing me like, fucking hell. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, you know, you're good, like, this is good, don't be surprised. Like, there's a way to telling the story about a product and showing yourself as a brand and all that, what just wasn't happening. But I was like, mate, the product's still the same as the product you sold last year. You just had to deliver it in a more compelling way.
I think, you know, if you build anticipation for anything, it's going to do well. I think it's worse to like oversupply it because you want it to sell out, but not too quick, and you don't want to be sat with loads of it. You know, so it's kind of, and you never know how well it's going to do. You know, sometimes you've got to test it by making only 50, seeing how it goes, and then make more next time.
Yeah, let's get them in shorts. I used to run like a club night, and that's how we do it for those events and things. You know, you'd be like, right, tickets are going online Friday at 10 a.m. And I thought, like, how do we inject like that feeling, that anticipation, that demand, when really we're selling t-shirts and hoodies at this point. I think in a world where you can access everything, you know, through your fingertips, it's just nice to like not give access to everything. But I mean, even still to this day, we still, you know, have that anticipation, you know, the countdowns on the products and the sign-ups, and, you know, data's just so big. I think it's probably one of the most overlooked, I guess, marketing tools, really, you know, with Facebook and meta ads and things like this. Like, it's quite expensive, and you get a much like lower return on investment on that stuff. If you can kind of tease people a bit and get them excited, it's a very basic supply and demand conversation, you know.
There's so many brands out there that make amazing clothes, but no one knows who they are. They don't know how to sell the product, and you sell it through the narratives and the stories that you create around it.
That's sick, that Cole.
Yeah, it's really good, that. With the brands, it's getting to a place now where I proper love it. Like, everything we do, I really love. And it's like a true extension of, you know, mine and Johnny's taste. In the early days, you can't really do that. You've got to sell stuff. You've got to base a lot of it around graphic tees. Every brand survives on fucking graphic tees, you know what I mean?
The issue is there's so many layers of responsibility and command that come to just making this polo top. You know, you've got Cole will be like, right, we're going to do polos. But I found this fabric, get that, sample with it, test it. Oh, actually isn't that nice when you wear it? Does it wash well? No. Try again. You know, you're talking about months and months and months here. You're talking about one product, polo. And then you change your mind, you know? Me and Cole might say, I don't know, 6 months from actually, I want to change this. You know, you start having like internal conversations about a fucking logo this big, and it's like, then it stalls everything. So that's kind of where everything comes from. It's like the bottleneck, you know? We need a photo. We're a fish though.
Yeah, might have to buy one.
We've scaled it to a great place, but still privately owning the company 100%. It would have been not impossible, but it definitely wouldn't have been easy to get to that without 𝘴𝘵 really over the last couple of years. They've allowed us to concentrate on keeping the business how we want it, and you know, we're very unemployable, we'll say. So like the idea of bringing shareholders in to scale the business doesn't really sit in our plan. That good? Fuck off.
As much as like the brand's grown loads and we're successful to a degree, some kind of complacency or more so kind of thoughtlessness can creep in at times, and you almost think like, well, the brand's big enough that people just know that it's going to be good and things like this, but that doesn't stop that need to build up, to tell the story before the drop. And that's what's important about these shoots and, you know, the time you allow yourself to build up these drops. I mean, nothing's really changed from that first drop we did. You've still got to kind of put over this compelling imagery and storyline and everything to make people go, I want that. That doesn't stop.
Every time you show up, smiling, you got me.
That's always an odd one to answer, in like, where do I want it to go? I don't really know, other than I want it to become a household British name, like a Burberry or a Paul Smith or whatever. That's the long-term goal. But I'll probably be dead by then, so it doesn't really matter. It's just a romantic idea, isn't it? But where it is now is like, I like it.
Staring up at the moon.
If you said to me like 5 years ago that we'd be doing like the money we are now and we'd be in the stores we are now and the clothing would be as good, I'd be like, fuck me, that'll be mint, can't wait for that. But it doesn't feel any different, like genuinely. And I don't think it ever will feel any different. I think it'll always be like this.